This is the start of a typical front room fire provided by BRE. Anything from a dropped cigarette to faulty electrics could have been the cause. Given just 3 minutes, the room is unrecognisable. A complete flashover has occurred. All switches, socket outlets and consumer units are burning. This instigates the spreading of the fire to other areas. Envirograf are the industry-leading passive fire protection experts with over 30 years of experience. We produce over 160 products that help prevent fire from spreading. This type of recessed plastic and metal boxes must have fire-resistant gaskets fitted to meet the new 2015 regulations for 90 minutes. One is fitted at the bottom of the box and one fitted at the top, in a wide range of sizes to fit all recessed boxes. The recessed socket boxes on the right are fitted with our intumescent gaskets, meeting the requirements in EN 13641. The socket boxes on the left remain unprotected. The following test will show how the gaskets expand, stopping fire penetrating into the rear of the wall. This test is designed to replicate a real fire using a furnace test rig. Here is the wall in the reversed position and fixed in place with the unprotected boxes on the right and the Envirograf protected boxes on the left. At 4 minutes, the unprotected boxes have severely sagged, allowing flame penetration through the wall. The protected boxes remain intact and prevent the spread of fire. This demonstrates how essential these gaskets are. Here are 2 double gang sockets. The one on the left is fitted with our fire and sound trap protection. The one on the right is unprotected. Look at what happens when they are both exposed to a 700-degree flame for just a few minutes. As you can see, our fire and sound trap has prevented the spread of fire completely and will continue to do so for a further 2 hours. This complies with the test principles of BS EN 13663. The European and British test legislation requirement specifies that all types of recessed electric boxes must have gaskets fitted to meet the new standards. The fitting of the fire trap is quick and simple. The trap is ready-made to fit a wide range of electrical socket boxes from the UK, US, Europe, including Scandinavia, and slips into place hassle-free. There is a pre-cut slot for wires to be fed through. This saves on valuable installation time and complies with the new requirement for document E for acoustic. Next, we tested a metal socket and switch box side by side with our acoustic and fire sponge gasket fitted. The product entraps the flames within the socket box for up to 2 hours, ensuring that there is no penetration of flames and significant smoke through the socket or into the wall cavity. This prevents the spread of flames through the wires. Once again, the installation of this product couldn't be easier. Simply push your wires through the pre-cut hole and slip the gasket into place. Another product we supply is our Enviroburst automatic fire suppression system for consumer units. The system consists of a sealed thermoplastic tube which reacts when exposed to high temperatures. Once the fire touches the tube or reaches 70 degrees, the tube will burst, releasing an extinguishing liquid into the heart of the fire. As demonstrated by our engineer, the product is once again easy to fit in minutes. Here is a test we carried out with a glass window on the front in order to show you the Enviroburst in action. We overheated one of the wires, simulating a dead short, causing it to ignite, much like a fire would start in your own consumer unit. The Enviroburst tube explodes, putting out the fire instantly. This has stopped any of the fire from spreading and prevented what could have been a serious house fire. The new regulations state metal consumer units are used for newly built domestic residences. Although the metal consumer unit will not ignite, the plastic cables and conduits can. Because of this, we have developed a gasket that can be installed inside the top, bottom and back of new boxes. This prevents the fire from spreading outside of the unit. Next up is our Enviroblock intumescent sleeve in action. The Enviroblock is easily installed and is designed to be retrofitted if needed. Simply cut through the back of the sleeve and place around the trunking. A self-adhesive tag is then peeled back in order to rejoin the cut. The finished product is then simply placed into the wall flush on each side. Here, a test is being carried out using our Enviroblock sleeves. The sleeves are placed around the trunkings above the door. When exposed to fire, the sleeves expand, preventing the spread of fire through the wall. Envirograf products carry the hallmark of excellence, reflecting the high standards that prevail in its laboratory, test rig, and manufacturing plant. Envirograf products have rigorous quality control, which at all stages ensure products remain at the leading edge of fire containment technology. Envirograf, protecting property, protecting lives. Spriver's Mansion is a Grade II listed National Trust 17th century mansion. Joe Bryan leases this building as a wedding venue and a hotel suite. In order to run the building in this way, the mansion had to undergo a complete fire safety inspection. The building consists of 3 different sections with numerous rooms. This makes it an ideal all-round wedding and hotel venue. However, upon the fire safety inspection, officers noted that the doors and interior walls would need to be upgraded to meet fire safety standards.
When I had a fire risk assessment, it came back that we weren't complying with fire regs in terms of our doors. They weren't up to the right standards. The fire risk assessment company recommended Envirograf, who came in and worked with the National Trust to find some compromise, because of course the historic nature of the building is such that you can't just go and rip doors out and do whatever you like. So we had to rely on Envirograf to use various products and methods to bring all the doors up to the right standard, and also some of the walls and ceilings on the fire escape routes. We've now been certified as complying with all the fire regs. Left it clean and tidy. I'd recommend them to anyone.
Envirograf were recommended to carry out the required work. This consisted of upgrading multiple doors and walls of different styles and fixtures, whilst ensuring the historic integrity of the doors remained intact. To achieve this, we have developed several products that comply with fire regulations whilst the historic features are preserved. Here is one of our Envirograf engineers applying an intumescent coating to a raised and fielded door. This is a completely clear coating, however can be ordered in white to suit different needs. This will provide up to 1 hour fire protection to the door. To ensure that other doors met the requirements, we had to use our surface-mounted intumescent fire and smoke seals. Using this type of seal means that no routing had to be carried out on the door itself. Some of the doors that needed to be upgraded were uniquely shaped and sized, which meant that the fitment was not perfectly flush. To ensure this met with fire regulations, we used our veneered fireproof sponge. This seals the gap and ensures up to 2 hours of protection. To upgrade the lath and plaster walls and ceilings, Envirograf treated the surfaces with EPCP, an intumescent coating which will provide up to 1 hour of fire protection. All examples and products shown here comply with Document B building regulations. In addition to Spriver's Mansion, we have carried out work at numerous National Trust sites, including Leeds Castle. Here, the doors needed to be upgraded to meet fire safety regulations, however this time with ledged and brace style doors. The doors are simply treated with our HW02 intumescent coating. When first applied, the coating appears opaque, however when cured, will turn entirely transparent. The finished product provides up to 1 hour of fire protection and does not affect the natural and historic patina of the door. To find out more, visit envirograf.com. Envirograf, protecting property, protecting lives.
So Envirograf have been running for about the last 40 years. We make the largest range of passive fire products in the world.
Over the course of time, we're seeing more and more houses burning down, blocks of flats burning down. Over the last 2 years, we've been working on making a panel that wouldn't burn. We've now made the panel, 3 to 4 hour fire test on it with 1200 degrees C, and it sits there like a dream, and on the back of it you've only got 40 millimetres of heat on there. We build all of our houses on metal framing first, so if you've got a flood area, we can build it up as high as you want to stop the flood going into the house. It saves a lot of damage to the place. On the internal side, we put 3 layers of plasterboard which will already be coated. Sockets, we put a loop in the cable so that if there was a fire in a room, you can pull the cable down. You'll see today we're setting the upstairs bedroom on fire and the downstairs lounge on fire. When they go out, then we will actually go into the lounge quickly, take all the furniture out, take off the plasterboard, which is the first layer of plasterboard that will just go black without coating on, put that outside, put new plasterboard on, and within an hour to an hour and a half, you can go and live back in the room again.
Institute of Fire Safety Managers, we've been running since about 1998. We were born out of the CFPA diploma with the Fire Protection Association and have expanded since then. We're down here today to have a look at the test because we've got a magazine. So I'll be doing a small article really for information of our members about what's developing in the fire world.
Funny enough, I'm actually still in training, so for me to come and see it in real life, I'm such a visual person, so to see the fire sort of roaring in a room and go in and stand on the other side and touch the door and sort of feel it. So now when I am talking to clients and people who are looking to use this or talk after a survey, for example, about fireproofing, I can say it with confidence now because I've seen it, I've touched it, I know how to do it, and you know, you just have that confidence.
It's quite reassuring to go in the building now while it's on fire. Yeah, it is quite interesting, yeah, to stand there and see things, and you know, amazing to be, you know, on the other side of quite an intense fire, it looks like, in there.
Very impressed with the product, very impressed with the way it's protecting the structure. I think it's the way forward.